So we're live, and Jane, for your, next to the live button, there'll be a number that appears when people are watching us. So far it's 0, but we will start introducing and say hello. So good morning, everybody. Welcome to Talking Cafe Live on Thursday, the 3rd of December. Back in Sedgemoor. It feels like a while since we've been in Sedgemoor presenting a Talking Cafe. I am joined this morning by one of my lovely agents, Jane, who is a very new agent, hasn't even passed the probationary period yet, but she's getting brownie points for being here today. Morning, Jo, who's watching us this morning. She's one of our community agents in Sedgemoor. We had some, not technical issues, but just some technical stuff to work through before we went live. So apologies for being a little bit late, but it's great to be with you this morning. Morning, Kim, another one of our agents. They're all here rallying behind you, Jane. And Ruby. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah. Morning, everybody.
So we are joined this morning by Steph, and I'm going to join Steph to the stream, and Steph can introduce herself to us. So good morning, Steph. How are you?
Good morning. Hope everyone's okay. Yeah, I'm Steph Martin, and I work for Bristol Water, and I am responsible for the customer experience at Bristol Water.
Lovely, fantastic. Thank you for being with us this morning. You came to one of our team meetings in Sedgemoor, didn't you? And all of my agents said how useful it was. And so I very quickly emailed you and said, please come and do a Talking Cafe with us. So thanks so much for agreeing.
No issues.
Yes, can I just back that up, Steph? It was a really good presentation. Lots of really useful information, which I know a lot of us have been able to use already. So thank you.
Oh, brilliant. That's good to hear.
Great. So you've got a slide to present this morning, I think, Steph, haven't you? So Hannah's in the background. Yeah. She's going to put the slide up for us, and then we can get started talking through that. Yeah. Take it away, Steph.
Okay. Brilliant. Okay. So unfortunately, I can't be joined today by my colleagues from Wessex. They were having some technical issues. So it's just me, I'm afraid. You'll have to hear my voice throughout the whole presentation. But I'm here today to talk to you about how Bristol and Wessex help our most vulnerable customers, and welcome any ideas or suggestions on anything that we could do really that could further enhance what we already do. So I'm sorry, I'm going to be the person that keeps saying next slide. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of background on Bristol Water and Wessex Water. So as you can see, hopefully from the little map, Bristol Water serves 1.2 million customers with water in Bristol and the surrounding areas. Wessex is a water and sewerage company, so they're serving a greater area, 2.8 million customers, and that spreads, as you can see, all the way down to Dorset and into Gloucester and Hampshire as well. We have a joint billing company, which I'm sure that many of you have contacted, who look after all billing related matters. So if you ring us and you wanted to talk about your bill, you will be speaking to our joint billing company. And if you're ringing us or contacting us regarding an operational inquiry, you'll speak to Bristol Water if it's your area, or Wessex Water if you're in, for instance, Taunton. Next slide, please. I thought it'd be, particularly in the times we're in at the moment, to talk to you about COVID and how it's impacted us. As you can probably imagine, we've seen an increase in those customers who are suffering financial hardship. And during this time, from around late March, we've probably helped in the region of about 40,000 customers with payment breaks, just giving them a little bit of breathing space to help them, whether it be a 3-month payment break to help them like they've had with their mortgages, or it could be that they just need to spread the cost of their bill on instalments. To help NHS staff, we also did a rebate for those who had a meter, so they needed to wash their uniforms more, which resulted in an increase in water consumption. So we have helped NHS staff by doing a rebate. I think it's up to about £50 for a water and sewage bill. So we've tried to help in any way that we could that wouldn't impact them because they needed to wash more. We've also had to sign customers to debt advice agencies to talk through their financial worries. We do this anyway. That's something that we've always done, but we have seen an increase in those who are struggling. So we have obviously signposted many more customers to financial agencies. I think a new impact of COVID for us is we're seeing customers who've never been in financial difficulties before experiencing hardship. It's been great that the furlough scheme has been extended, which has helped a little, I would say, but obviously those who are facing redundancies, we are going to find an increase in people that are going to need help. Wessex Water have introduced a tariff to help those customers, and details are on their website should you need to look at that any further. Next slide, please. I'll also just explain a little bit about how we help vulnerability in terms of how we look as an action plan as both companies. So we do have a strategy that underpins everything that we do, and we're always looking for ways to grow our partnerships, have community engagement, which is events such as this. It's a shame, obviously everything is digital and we can't all meet up, but I'm sure that will come with the news of the new vaccine. We're always looking to improve customer journeys, which is why we're always looking for feedback. We do several events where research, and we ask customers' opinions, which all feed into what we do. And we're always trying to use the data that we do have wisely, knowing our areas where we feel that vulnerability may be greater. There are certain things that, you know, that can help us sort of market what we can do better, so we can get the message out as clear as we can. So our affordability support is covers a breadth of information, and that would be different discounts that we can offer. So I've already touched on the flexible payment plans that we can do, where we can, you know, give breathing space to customers who will be able to pay, but maybe not just in that particular month. But we also have schemes that are tailored to people that may be needing a little bit more help. And that could include our assist programs, which I'll talk a little bit more in depth about. Our WaterSure Plus scheme, which helps customers if they're going to be using a lot of water due to a medical condition, for instance. We also have Water Direct, so if people are on benefits, then they're able to make payments via that instead of having to make them directly to us. And we also have schemes that help pensioners, which is a discount for pensioners who are on low income. So there are various different ways that we can help. It's just really getting that message out to everyone, that what we can do, and for them to get into touch with us so that we can do something about it.
Great.
Next slide. Okay, a little bit about our affordability schemes, a little bit more in detail, which is what was on the previous slide. Our discount for low-income pensioners, which was known as pension credit tariff, and we did some research about how we could increase the uptake for pensioners, because we have, I think, in the region of for Bristol and Wessex, around 80% of customers who should be applying that haven't yet. And we wanted to try and reach out to those customers. So pension credit, unfortunately, it was just people that they thought, if I was just on pension credit, I could apply. But it's also for customers who their only sole income is their state pension. So we've tried to make the hook a little bit different, so that we can hope that pensioners may show a little bit more interest in actually what they're entitled to. So we would be really, really great to see an increase in that. And it is up to 20% discount for customers off the bill, which is around about £60 to £80 in most cases. So we're really keen to hear from pensioners who may be able to apply for that. Our other scheme, WaterSure Plus, caps bills for metered customers who need to use extra water. So the caveat there is you have to be on a water meter. So if you haven't got a water meter, you can have one installed. So that's not a blocker. You have to be in the receipt of one of the main means tested benefits or tax credits, and have unavoidably high water use. So if you can meet those criteria there, then the applications are on the websites. Just obviously get in touch and get involved in that. Our assist tariff is a low rate tariff for customers who cannot afford their bill. They must receive debt advice, where I mentioned on the previous slides that we do refer people to debt advice agencies. This is where that comes in, and they will be financially means tested. And and the customer will be placed on the lowest ability of what they're able to pay. So whatever that comes out at, that's what we will accept. Flexible payment plans I've already covered, but if you just need a short-term break, maybe you're in between jobs, or maybe just that month is financially difficult, then we can tailor that and help. If you contact us, it's just the communication and knowing, really. There are several other ways as well. If none of those things are applicable to you, we offer free water meters in most cases. So if you're a sole occupier at a property, then you might be able to save money by having a water meter. Both Bristol Water and Wessex Water have calculators on their website, which will show you if you can save money. So you don't even have to contact us to see if you can save money on a water meter. You can do it at your own leisure. There are free water saving devices, again, links on both websites that can take you to apply for different, like shower timers, simple things like that. And they're all free. So you can, I think you just register, put your name and address in, and they'll be sent to your home address. And for a Wessex Water customer, for sewerage services, you can apply for surface water drainage if not all of your surface water goes to a soak away, for instance. You can apply for an allowance on that. And if not all your water returns to the sewer, so they charge 95% for water that we give a 5% allowance in that case for water not to return to the sewer. But if you think it's more than that, then you can apply for a further allowance. So there are other ways that you can save money on your bill. Something I'm particularly passionate about is our priority service register for both companies. This is a service that if you need a little bit extra support due to maybe age related or health related, you can join the priority services register, and we can do various things. It could be even sending a bill in Braille for you if you're unfortunately hard of sight. So we can do several things that can help, but we can also, in certain circumstances, we can deliver water if there was an emergency to your property, which will save you having to go out to potentially a water tanker, if that's what we've done. They're extreme, but if you need bottled water, then we could deliver it to the house. Now, Bristol has 10,000 customers, just a little over that now. I think we're nearly on 11,000 for priority services, and Wessex has double that at 22. We've made huge improvements to our priority services journey. All those customers who need a little bit of extra support, we have vulnerability champions within our businesses who champion the cause and can spot signs of vulnerability. All field staff are aware of the training, and they're given extra support themselves. So, they're really clued up and switched on to spotting signs when they're out and about. A relatively new thing that we do in the last 12 months or so is a data share with WPD, so Western Power Distribution. So if you've signed up with your energy company, if it's their distribution is Western Power, then we will be told about it, which will allow us to only really sign up customers once. So if you signed up with your energy provider, you'll also be signed up, and they'll let us know. We hope to expand that nationally next year, hopefully, and that will be across all water companies, across all power distributions, which is a really great thing, which will ease the burden on customers having to tell multiple companies about any extra support they may need. Yeah, I think that's it on that one. If you want to go on to the next slide.
Steph, is that a two-way street? So if they're signed up with you, then it automatically goes to Western Power Distribution as well?
Not at the moment. That will, when it becomes nationally. It's a one-way street at the moment. It's a big thing that's been held with Water UK as well. So yes, we're all on board on it. All water companies nationally are massively involved in the wish for a national data share. But it will be coming, and that will really help, I think, customers.
Absolutely, yeah.
It just eases the burden, doesn't it? It's not something that they have to tell multiple people about.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
We've had a comment from Claire to say apologies for not being able to join us this morning. So please don't worry, Claire. It is, sometimes temperamental. Perhaps in the new year we can get you all back again, and we'll try again to get you into the live stream.
Oh, that's nice. Nice not to feel so alone.
Just watching.
Sorry, priority services, lost my thread there. So if for those who haven't had a look at our websites to see what's included, and I urge you to, there are 29 possible needs codes that could help you register for priority services. And that ranges from being of pensionable age. It could range from if you've got sight problems. It could be if you've got restricted mobility. So you're going to find it difficult to read your water meter, for instance. So that you just take a look and see what actually could fit and help you. All these needs have services attached. And I've just listed a few here which they can include, which could be, I touched on the Braille bill, but it could be a bill in a different language, if that would be what would help. Security passwords or doorstop passwords, if you think that you would want extra protection at the door. Bristol Water has done work with Crime Stoppers, so we're really keen on the preventing bogus callers and things like that. So it's, a great way of adding security to if field staff need to visit you. I've mentioned the extra assistance in the event of water supply interruptions. That just includes delivering bottled water. We have customers who may be on dialysis, who obviously massively need the water. So we will do all we could not to interrupt their supply, but we have to. We will get water to them. So there is nothing that will stop the dialysis taking place if it's at home. And we can provide additional meter readings. So if you feel that you want to keep an extra eye on your water consumption, then we can come and look at your meter more than twice a year. So you can register yourself online, or a carer or a family member can do it for you if you're not able to do it yourself. I urge you to go online and have a look. If you don't want to do it online, you can call us on our billing team number, which is listed there, and they can send you a paper copy of the form if you need that. So, there's several ways for you to join. It's even down to if you feel like you don't want to deal with it yourself, and you want a nominee to receive information, and we can call someone else. So for instance, if we were due to do work and we needed you to have some water or whatever, we can call a nominee if you've named someone. So there's lots of ways of getting in touch and getting it sorted, but don't be put off by you thinking I don't want to deal with it. There are several ways around it. Okay, the last thing I was going to talk to you about is just a little bit on saving water. I know that people are all keen on how they can save water if they're on water meters, but environmentally as well. Lots of people want to be able to save water. The Save Water, Save Money that's listed there is a bit like I talked about, the free water saving devices. So timers in the showers, there's attachments for showers which will reduce flow and that kind of thing. Anything that would keep your consumption down. There's lots of tips on both websites which you can look at, which gives you some examples of not leaving the tap running when you're brushing your teeth, or tips on how long how much water is used depending on the duration of your shower, things like that. So lots of stuff on the website for you to take a look at, which I think is something that most people are passionate about, whether it be environmentally or just because they want to actually cut down on water usage if they're on a water meter. And that's kind of a whistle-stop tour, I suppose. Apologies if I've gone too fast and completely blown everyone's socks off of what we can do. But
no, not at all. It's really helpful. Great. If there's anybody watching who has any questions that Steph might be able to answer, please pop them in the comment section and we can ask them of Steph. It's really useful, Steph. I didn't know about the security password, and that's such a good way, isn't it, of screening who's going to knock on your front door, just asking for that password. Because it is a big concern for some of our elderly clients.
Absolutely. And we do always have identification, and they would always show it you, but we understand that sometimes you need a little bit extra. So it's there if you should want that.
Yeah, fantastic.
I also
great. So
particularly impressed that we deal with a lot of elderly people who aren't particularly tech savvy at times. So being able to send off for a paper application form is a huge thing for a lot of people.
Yeah, no, we don't want to. I think something that I'm particularly, well, I say I, but Bristol Water are really keen on is making sure that the choice is there for customers. We understand that customers do want to contact us online, but we also know that customers want to call us. And we also know that customers want to receive paper forms and all things like that. So for us, it's about choice. It's not stripping away channels that prevent customers contacting us. It's about adding the choice. So if customers want to contact us by any means that they can do, we still will accept written letters. It's, you know, if you really do want to contact us, then, you know, by any means necessary.
Fantastic. I think in the comments section, Steph, we've put in your websites, but what I will do is come back a bit later and put telephone numbers in. If you could email me them, the best number for people to contact you guys at Wessex on, that would be fantastic. I can come back to the live stream and just add that into the comment section. And all those websites that you popped onto your slides, I'll make sure they go on there as well so that people can have a look later on. That's fantastic.
Brilliant.
Great. So I think
Thanks
that's all. There's been no questions. Yeah, no, thank you so much for joining us. It's always helpful. I think water is one of those things that people can kind of forget that they can get assistance with it. They can get help. It's kind of one of those bills that gets paid and you pay it. But if people are struggling to pay it, or you know, the money saving devices and things like that, I've seen lots of those at various talks in the past. They're really great. So just get in touch and let you guys know. Perfect.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much, Steph, for joining us. It's lovely to see you, and thank you so much for talking to the team as well earlier on in the year. It was great.
Anything else we can do,
Thanks,
just
Steph.
let me know. You've got my contact details. Bye-bye.
Will do.
Thanks,
Steph.
Thank you.
So, Jane, we'll just wrap it up. It's probably not the longest stream today, so you've gotten off the hook, but we've got a busy day ahead of us in Sedgemoor, haven't we? So, do you want to tell what are we doing? You tell them. I've been talking.
What, in terms of our carers boxes?
The carers boxes. So what's happening with those today?
Right. So today we're taking delivery of, I believe it's 100 carers boxes. We've identified people who are feeling isolated, might need some extra help with food. And we are going to be picking them up today at a motorway junction and then taking them throughout the area for those people most in need. So
absolutely. They're going out all across Somerset, aren't they?
Yeah, I've delivered a fair few of these before, and it's not just about the fact that people are getting really nourishing, wholesome meals, but also the fact that people have told me that they're not feeling so isolated and that they've been forgotten about. So it's a real positive all the way around.
Absolutely. So these are for unpaid carers. We have Postman Pat today, aren't we? Delivering food. Yes. So unpaid carers, so they'll get 7 meals and 7 meals for the cared for as well, so that they've got literally a week's worth of meals. And they're really nice meals as well, aren't they? They've been cooked for us by Thomas Franks, who we've featured on the Talking Cafe before, a fantastic catering company. And they're all really winter warming, nice, like you say, Jane, nutritious meals, just to give those carers a little bit of a break from cooking. There isn't much respite that these unpaid carers get at the moment, but if they can have a week off cooking, then that's fantastic. Great, so we'll let you go, and thank you so much to all the agents who have watched and supported Jane today. Dan says it's been a fantastic presentation, very informative, thank you. So thank you so much for being here today, and hopefully, Jane, we'll see you on another Talking Cafe next year. Lovely, thank you so much. Great, so anybody watching, don't forget to give us a ring if you need any help. Our telephone number is on the bottom of the screen here. Please reach out if there's anything that we can support you with. Otherwise, we'll catch you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.